Hey there, what's up you guys? It's me, your boy JD, and welcome back to the channel. And for today's episode, what we are going to be talking about is my ZALORA, Lazada, well, it's my 8.8 finds. So, you know, cue in the intro. So, alright, before we begin, I'd like to invite you guys to please do subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so that you guys can stay updated for all these kinds of uploads like my ZALORA finds, Lazada finds, and all those kinds of things. So anyways, my first, yes, there's actually two 8.8 finds. My first one is actually a sandal. I'm embracing my inner tito. Isa na akong tito. So I actually bought a New Balance sandal, and it's very funny because this actually doesn't have a name. And as you guys can see on the box, it really just says sandal. It doesn't even have like the New Balance Omnis slides. You know, it doesn't even say, or Omnis sandals. It doesn't even say that. It's just literally a sandal. So one thing that I like about sandals is the fact that this particular one is that they're comfortable. I've been looking for a sandal for quite some time now, and I'm just really happy that I actually found one through Shopee. I actually got this from Shopee. I'll be leaving a link down in the description box if you guys are interested in copying this. And all I can say about this is that it's comfortable. One thing that I like about this one is that it's not a, you know, the typical cheap sandals that you guys see na rubber, that they use rubber compounds for the straps and everything. They actually use good materials like textile materials, synthetic materials, so that your feet are comfortable with the straps, and it's a little bit padded as well, so it's very comfortable. Now for the foam that they use is just standard EVA, and as you guys can see on the clip on the back, it actually says New Balance. That's pretty much it. That's the only detail that you guys can see. And going down to the outsole, it's this all-terrain outsole. So the outsole is actually part of the foam. The only rubber compound outsole that you guys can see is the one on the heel and on the forefoot, which actually acts as the grip for the sneaker, so that, you know, when you step on something that's wet, you're not gonna slip all over the place. So anyways, that pretty much takes care of it for my first 8.8 find, and it is this New Balance sandal, which is I'm really excited to just use and go about. So there you have that. Now, my second 8.8 find came from ZALORA, and it is something that I'm actually very excited about because it's an Under Armour sneaker, and I usually don't have an Under Armour sneaker that I do initial impressions on or do performance reviews about, so it's just really exciting. And it is the Under Armour Lockdown 5, and something that I like about this sneaker is that it reminds me a lot of a 90s basketball sneaker, because as you guys can see on the clip, it's like leathers and some mesh panels here and there, but overall the main material that they used on the sneaker is actually leather. Now moving on to our initial impressions, so as you guys can see on the clip, they did use the tried and tested traction pattern, which is herringbone, and which makes me all the more excited to try these out because I feel like it's gonna grip very well. The only thing that's gonna be a factor now will be the rubber compound that they used, if it's going to grip very well on an outdoor or indoor surface. So in terms of durability, this is something that I would not recommend using for the outdoor courts, because Under Armour does tend to do that with their basketball sneakers. It does really have really soft rubber compound, so I wouldn't recommend this for a basketball sneaker if this is the only sneaker that you're gonna use for playing. But if you do have a rotation, it might be a solid go-to sneaker. We'll have to know yet once I do a performance review on that. As you guys can see also on the traction outsole, there's a little bit of these grooves right there, which is for flex grooves, but it's not as thick or as big as the ones that you guys can see on the KD8s or the D-Rose 4s, or even the new one, the D-Rose Son of Chi. It's not as big, so I might not be able to feel that at all. But as you guys can see also on the clip, there's carved out area which allows the foam that they use for the cushion setup to expand, so that when you land on your foot, it will expand. It won't feel like it's constricted right there. And then at the same time, the heel area is decoupled, but I guess that's just for design. Now, moving up to the cushion setup, they've just used standard EVA. I was looking into the tech that they used. I even went to the underarmour.com website. It just really says it's just standard EVA. They don't have a name for this, but it does feel a little bit stiff on my initial wear, so I feel like this is gonna have a brutal break-in time, so it might make my knees hurt. But I hope that it does break in, because when I press on it, it does have a little bit of compression, so I just feel like maybe the foam just needs to be broken in. Now, as you guys can see also, like what I mentioned on the outsole, there's a carved out area. That's probably so that the midsole or the foam can actually actually expand when you put pressure on that. So you guys can see also on the clip, there's these two designs on both the left and the right pair. So on the left pair, it says hungry, and on the right pair, it says humble, which is something that I like because that's an attitude that we're supposed to have pretty much in whatever challenges life throws at us. Now moving up to the materials, which I think is the winner for this 8.8 find, it's this combination of synthetic and genuine leather. Yes, I made my research on the sneaker. The materials that they use is actually a combination of both, but this isn't the nice genuine leather that you guys might think. It's just this genuine leather that, you know, it's thinned out, like it's very thinned out, and then they place in this layer of synthetic so that it will become thicker, so that, you know, they can actually say that it's genuine leather. But if you smell it, you know, like what I've been doing over the past few minutes now, past few minutes before I started recording this, it actually really does smell like genuine leather. You know, like when you were a kid, when you were going to elementary school and your parents, before the first day of school, like around May, your parents were bringing you to the mall and then you guys were checking out these random leather shoes so that you have a new leather shoe for that school year. And then when you open the box, it just hits you with the smell of leather. That's what it smells like. So, which is something that I like. Anyways, for the uppers material, it's mainly made on the lateral area, this black tumbled leather, and then you move to the back and to the medial side. You have this synthetic suede-like leather material, which is something that I like, and then you have these panels, these mesh windows, so that the shoe actually has breathability. Now, in terms of flexibility, the shoe is actually quite flexible, and I think that's because of window and at the same time of how thin that leather material actually is. Now, the tongue is also made out of mesh, so again, breathability is not going to be a problem for this sneaker. Now, moving up to the fit. So for the fit, my suggestion is whether you're a narrow footer or a wide footer, just go true to size and you're pretty much good to go. Again, this is under Armour, so they really utilize American sizing, and me being an Asian person, I just went with my true to size and you're pretty much good to go. Now, moving up to the support and the lockdown. So for the support, as you guys can see on the clip, it does have that wide base, which is actually really great. So you know that you're supported when you land on your foot. And then at the same time, this is a mid cut, so if you guys like that feeling of a little bit of ankle restriction, I guess this is a good budget option. So you have that. And then again, the leather panels on the sneaker makes your foot really contained and locked in. Unlike having mesh materials, which is a little bit soft, like knits and mesh materials, they have a tendency to not be as firm as leather materials. But this one, since it's leather, I feel like you're gonna be locked into the sneaker once you yank on the laces. And then with this shape, once you're in there and you yank on the laces, the heel counter will actually help you stay inside this sneaker. So in terms of aesthetics, in terms of basketball, this is something that I like what I said. It reminds me a lot of a 90s basketball sneaker. The leather panels here on the sneaker is something that I really do appreciate, and I really hope that sneakers now, like basketball sneakers particularly, I feel like they should utilize a little bit of old school. I know right now the basketball game is all about being light and all that, but this shoe is actually light. So if they can incorporate this on a budget or team shoe, I feel like they can incorporate this on a signature sneaker as well. So anyways guys, that pretty much takes care of it for my 8.8 finds. If you guys are interested in copying of any of these finds, all you guys gotta do is go down in the description box and all the links are gonna be there. And again guys, if you like this video, please don't forget to hit the thumbs up. And of course, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so that you guys can stay updated for all these kinds of finds and uploads and stuff like that. Also, don't forget to like us on Facebook and follow us on TikTok and on Spotify. Follow us also on Instagram and of course JD and Reviews the Closet, which is where I actually post all my shoes that are for resale. So anyways guys, that pretty much takes care of it. This was your boy JD. Please don't forget to get registered so that you guys can get vaccinated. Stay safe and I'll see you guys on the next episode.